channel. I hope you're all doing well. Okay, so today, after requests, I am actually going to do a tutorial of what is on my hands at the moment, and I'll just show you here. Whoa. It is a, there you go, a reaction colour from Gel 2. It's Pink Paradise. So I am actually warm, so I'm showing the warm colour at the moment. So normally most people's hands are cold and they have to put them in warm water to get the other colour. I'm the opposite, so I'm about to dunk my fingers in cold water to show you the colour you get. So I'll actually use the other hand. So I'm popping them in cold water now. And when they are cold, with Pink Paradise, you get this stunning red. So I'm going to show you a couple of variations on how to recreate this. And yeah, let's get started. Okay guys, so just before I get started, I'm going to show you what I'm using. So I'm using Gel 2 and I'm using nail stamping polish by Nail Stamping Queen. I'm using my scraper, my stamper, and I'm using some Fabionails plates, the fun plates. And I just wanted to say Gel 2 is a professional product, but if you are a DIY nail person at home, if that makes sense, you can achieve these just using regular nail polish. Obviously you won't get the colour changing, but you will get a really nice effect. So I want my tutorials to be the sorts of things that you can do at home really easily, or you can also do if you work in a salon and you want some really easy quick nail art. Okay, so what I am using is reaction colour from Gel 2 in Shark Bite. So when it's cold it's purple, when it's warm it's blue. I'm using Extreme Arctic White and I'm using La La Me for one nail. For the next nail I am using the Gel 2 reaction colour in After Dark. So when it's cold, as you can see, it's black. When it's warm, it's sort of a greeny grey colour. I'm using their Radiant Mirror Shine No Cleanse top coat. I've got my stamper, my scraper and a couple of plates from Fabionails from the Fun range. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to start off with my reaction colour Shark Bite. Now I have used this previously, so this step doesn't apply, but I did want to mention this because it has been brought up in my group a few times. When you first get your bottles of Gel 2, you need to open them, take the lid off and give them a very, very good stir. That's the first thing you should do before you use them. So all I do is I take my lid off, I've just got a long spatula-y thingy here, and I just give it a really, really good stir for 30 seconds, a minute, so it's really well stirred. And then every time you go to use your polish, you don't shake them, you turn the bottle upside down and roll it in your hands, so that you're rolling it around rather than shaking it, so there's no air bubbles or anything like that. Okay, so I'm going to go in and do my first coat of my reaction colour, my Shark Bite here. So it's going to come out purple. So hopefully you can see this. I'm at this really weird angle again. I really have to adjust my setup. So, and if I make a mess, I'll clean that up. Apologies if I do. I've got the camera in between my arms and I'm sort of looking through the viewfinder trying to paint this here. So it's all a bit cat-handed. But, and now I've made a right mess there. But anyway, so you do your first coat, make sure it's all covered. And you don't have to do this super thin. Don't like wallop loads on either, but it doesn't have to be wafer thin. Just a nice coverage. Seal your free edge and pop it in your Gel 2 lamp for 30 seconds. So I'm going to do my next coat as well and cure that for 30 seconds and then I'll come back. So this has been in the lamp for its 2 cures. I've done 2 coats and as you can see it's gone back to cold now. So there is a slight hint of the blue there, but it's gone back to cold and I'm going to stamp directly onto this layer because the tacky layer isn't that tacky. So I'm going to use this Fabionails Fun Plate 8, which I've shown you there. Sorry about the glare. And I'm using this circle image. So I'm using Nail Stamping Queen polish and it's number 3 Silvery, which is one of my favourite colours. So I'm just going to give this a bit of a shake. Then I am going in with, let's just organise things so everything's out of the way. I'm going in with my $2.50 eBay stamper, my scraper, and I'm going to try and do this it's a little bit more zoomed in for you. So I'm going to just paint just over half or thereabouts of the stamp, working fairly quickly because this dries quite quickly. Scrape a couple of times, pop it on my stamper. There's a nice clean image there. Then I'm going to get my Gel 2 Colourpop, line it up. Hopefully my hands don't shake. I'm just going to press down pull away and roll it over, and I have a beautiful, perfect image there. So any of these little side bits you can just get rid of. Just for the sake of this video, I'm just going to brush them underneath. And we'll get on with the next step. So as you can see, that just looks, I mean, you could just leave it like that and top coat because that is really stunning. But we're going to go on and do a little bit of extra nail art here. Okay, so the next step that I'm going to do, I'm going to use my Extreme Arctic White, and I've got a little plastic just lid here. So I'm going to decant the smallest amount onto the plastic lid. Excuse me if my chair is squeaking. It seems to be a bit... Oh, and I really don't need that much. Whoops. Oh, well, too late now. Okay, so my next step is with my dotting tool. I have a dotting tool here which has two different ends. So I have a small end that end and a slightly large end that end. So I'm going in with my white and I'm going to fill in the dots that are purple. I don't actually need anywhere near as much as I've got there. Okay, so I'm going to do this a bit closer so hopefully you can see. So I'm just going to very gently fill in the white dots. Sorry, not the white dots, the purple dots with my Arctic White. Trying to get a perfect circle, but just covering so that there's no purple showing through. Which there is on that one. It does tend to shrink back a little bit from the stamping. So if it does do that, just go over it before you pop it in the lamp and you should be fine. So and it doesn't have to be everyone, but just for the sake of the tutorial, I'm going to do quite a few because it is a really pretty effect when this comes out of the lamp. So just add a couple more. Oops, and I've just messed that one up. We'll just add a couple more there. So that's what it looks like at the moment. And I'm just going to pop that in the lamp for 30 seconds to cure. Okay, so this is cured. And again, you could leave it like this and top coat and it still looks really pretty, but I'm going to go on and just do one more step. So I've decanted some La La Me onto my tile and I'm using my small end of my dotting tool now. So I'm just going to go in and pop a tiny bit on my dotting tool and just go in and pop a little tiny dot on the center of the white. On each one. Just try not to do it too big, just so that you can see it. I might just make the bigger one slightly bigger. Obviously you can do what you want. And then just finish off all of them. And La La Me is beautiful. It is a purple, but it's got a glitter through it. It's a really, really gorgeous colour. And one that I would suggest if you're starting out with Gel 2, it's an essential for your collection. So that's what that looks like now. So I'm going to pop that in the lamp and cure, and I'm also going to top coat and I'll come back. Okay, so while the other one is finishing curing, I'm going to show you another quick one. Now this is after dark and I've already done my 2 colour coats here and it is all ready to go to stamp. I'm actually going to do a bit of a sneaky one here. This is the invisible nail art. So I'm using Nail Stamping Queen Black Polish #1. And I'm going to use the Fabunails Fun Plate 13. If I can actually pick it up, which I really can't. Okay, so I'm going to... Oh, I think I'm going to use this image here. I'm just picking a random one. So I'm going to get everything ready. Sorry guys, you get to see my hands a lot in this. I'm going to just pop a generous amount of this on half my stamp. I'm going to scrape, pop it on my stamper. So I've got a lovely clear image there. I'm going to line up my stamp on my colour pop. I think I'll do it that way around. And I'm going to press down and let go. Now, this is the good bit. So, get rid of all the weird little loose bits. And from this stage, the only thing I'm going to do is top coat. So I'm going to do that now, and I'm going to come back and show you what these look like. Just that, guys, I'm using the Radiant Mirror Shine No Cleanse top coat. So I will just quickly top coat this one for you. So this is a really good one. I've talked about this before. You just let it sit for 5, 10, 15 seconds on your client before they leave, or before you add your cuticle oil and they're ready to go. There's no cleansing required, no wiping off of the tacky layer, because there isn't one. So I'm just going in and giving this a nice coverage. And I'm going to pop it in my Gel 2 lamp for 50 seconds, and I'll be back. Okay, so we're finished now, and this is the fun part. So these are both cold. Now the black one, there appears to be nothing there, and the purple one is obviously purple. And I am going to pop these both in hot water now, which is this one on the right. And let's have a look. So I'll do the purple one first. So as you pop it in, it changes to this beautiful blue, and the stamping still looks really lovely. So I'll just dunk the whole thing and show you there. I think that's stunning. I actually much prefer that to what I've actually done on my nails. I love this one. So then you plunge it in cold, and it goes straight back to purple. And so the black one, which is the really fun one, we pop this in our hot water, and look at that. You get a beautiful pattern that you can't see until your hands are warm. So I love this one. I really think this is a really lovely idea. So obviously you can do with this with any of the reaction colours, providing you've got an exact match with your stamping. So that's what it looks like when it's warm. Sorry. Plonk it back in. And that's what you get when you're cold. Now I have got a couple of others here, and I'll show you these. So I'll just grab them. So I did the same thing. I was just testing out my theory with my black. So exactly the same. Bung it in water. It's just the round stamp, and I actually prefer the other one that I picked. So that's what you get when it's warm. And plonk it back in, and it goes back to black. And then the other one that I did was another version of black. So exactly the same. I've used my After Dark as my base stamping, and then I've used Midnight Black. So when you pop it in your warm water, you get very subtle stamping, and you get the black dots. So still effective. And then when you pop it in your cold, it goes back to just the stamping. Okay guys, so it's really difficult for me to keep them one colour or the other at the moment. They're changing rapidly, but that is what you end up with, and I think they look really effective. Okay, I've just zoomed out a little bit there, and as you can see, they've rapidly changed back to cold. But I think this is a really great idea, and I really do like the black ones. I think that's a little bit funky. It gives you a really cool sort of sneaky nail art idea. And obviously you can do that with any colour, like I said, as long as you can get the perfect match to your base colour with your stamping polish. So guys, I hope you like this. I think this is a really cool, quirky idea for nail art. If you've got any questions for me, pop them in the comments box below and I'll get back to you. I'll pop all the info you need to know about all the products I used in the description bar. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up and please subscribe. I really appreciate all the support. And I will be back with a nail art tutorial really soon, and lots of other different videos. So please stay tuned, and thank you very much for watching. Okay, bye guys.